Hello, how's it going, everybody? My name's Adara, and welcome back to Seduce Me. Welcome back after like 500 years. I'm very sorry I never continued this series. It's been a very long gap, and I really do apologize for it. If you haven't seen the first episode, please do. I'll put it in the description. This is basically an otome game. I haven't finished it because I had a lot of problems when I recorded this game, like my computer crashed, I lost my progress and everything like that, and other things. Um, Faust is another game that I was never able to finish, and I have to say that unfortunately I will never be able to, because for some reason the file was corrupted in my computer, and it won't. Like, I tried everything, and the game won't work again no matter what I do. So I really do apologize for that. But, I'm back, and I can finish this game. Hopefully I'll be able to finish this game. Let's take it one episode at a time. I remember pretty much what happened since last time. I had to replay it, but, like, our grandfather died, and basically, our grandfather died, and we got mad at our dad and wanted to run away. We were very sad. Our friends helped me, so right now we're gonna see what happens. It's the next day. Okay. However, my mind was so lost in the passing of my grandfather and the thought of my inheriting something so big that it haunted my mind the entire night until the next morning. Shook my head to try to clear the sleepiness out of me, to no avail. I really didn't get any sleep last night. It's already time to wake up. Wait, school. As soon as I realized I had to go to school, I slid out of my bed and looked at the vanity mirror. That's a relief. Luckily, there was barely a bruise on my cheek. You had to squint to actually see it. I doubted anyone would actually notice it unless they leaned in really close. Sorry. I think our dad hit us. I don't really remember, but I think he did slap us. He gave us a good old big slap because we defied his authority, and we were like, fuck you. And he was like, bitch, I am the man in this house. And then he was like, but yeah. Also, my throat is, I'm getting sick, so I'm not gonna be able to, speak very loudly. I hope that's okay. I mean, for a lot of people, that's a great relief because they find my screaming extremely annoying, which I can understand, but, And, this is also the reason why I'm not playing, Nekojishi or Doki Doki. Like, I can't do voices at the moment, and this game is perfect for that, so yeah, I'm gonna continue. Breathing out of sight, I got dressed, took my backpack, and caught the bus to go to school. It wasn't even hours before everyone heard of the news. I was approached in school and given condolences for my loss. However, that wasn't what shocked my friends.
Wait, so you have the whole Anderson house to yourself? Lucky as hell, man!
Yeah, also thank the heavens, I only had to do my voice. like, I would love to fucking destroy my throat more than it already is for you guys' sake, but I need to love myself a little bit today. But I'm sure you guys are okay with that, right? And I've been trying to finish this game anyway, so God bless the voice acting.
Quit being so sensitive, Naomi. Quit being so vulgar, Suzu.
Suzu's right, Naomi. Naomi's right, Suzu. Okay, which one was Naomi and which one? No, this is... Wait. This is Suzu, this is Naomi, or this is Naomi. I fucking forgot. I'm just gonna go random at this point, because I really don't fucking remember. Okay, it's lower then.
Man, come on! See? She knows about proper public taste.
Yeah, okay, this is Naomi. I could have sworn it was backwards, man.
I know how to be a lady.
Guys, I'm going there after school today because my parents want me to get used to living there.
Seriously? It hasn't even been a day since you came back to school.
I know, but my parents want me to try living there as soon as possible.
Still, that's really fast. Are you going to be okay?
Of course. But even in the comfort of my best friends, life seemed to keep testing me. Those fucking creepy faces, though. Ooh!
Hey! Don't go around shoving people like that. Whoops. Did I strike a nerve, Capini?
Oh wow, this girl looks buff as fuck. Is that the intention, or aren't these popular girls supposed to be like skinny and not buff? Cause she looks buff as fuck. She let out a small laugh as she swirled her hair around her fingers. Lisette, one of the last people I wanted to see today.
It's not me you should be apologizing to. Oh, Anderson. Hey, how's it going?
I'm alright.
Haven't you already heard, Lizette? Of what? Her grandfather's passing. Well, I'm sorry about that. I don't really watch a lot of news. It doesn't really sound like you mean it. I do mean it. Earnestly. Why wouldn't I?
Typical Capini. Isn't her family involved with the mafia or something? I wouldn't be surprised if she brought out the bat from behind her back right this moment.
Wow, what a bitch. I had nearly forgotten the crowd that followed Lisette, which was mostly comprised of people that no one wanted to see on a typical school day. I feel you there, sister. No one had the slightest idea why exactly they followed Lisette around persistently, but they labeled themselves as social equals to her.
That is out of line. Suzu comes from an honest family.
Wow.
Says the one whose family profits from political scandals.
Yeah, your dad doesn't make anything unless he's in the court with dirty politicians.
Hey, let's all calm down for a second, alright? I'm sure Anderson needs some time to recuperate. I mean, what just happened? We need to give her some respect.
Just stop. Stop acting like that already. Like you feel sorry for me.
What are you talking about?
I'm sure you're happy seeing me like this. You already have everything you wanted. And now seeing me like this, life couldn't get any better. Bitterness seeped into me. The words started flying out of my mouth without filter. Honestly, I didn't care. I was so consumed by anger that I only saw Lisette in front of me. What exactly am I to you? Just another part of your obstacle course? Is that what I am? I'm sick of it, Lisette. I'm sick of all these characters. I'm sick of you. Gasps rose from the crowd around her, and I was brought back to the school hallway. Even my friends beside me looked a little surprised. One girl looked like she was going to speak up, but Lisette held her hand to stop her. There was an emotion in her face that I couldn't quite make out, but I could see a form of pity in her eyes. No, you don't you dare pity me. I looked away from her. I didn't want to see that emotion in her eyes when she was talking to me. She didn't have the right to look at me that way.
I'm sorry. I know your grandfather passing away must have really taken a toll on your emotions.
She stepped towards me and put her hand on my shoulder, giving me a tiny smile, as if for old time's sake. Old time's sake, huh? Sounds like we were used to be friends. For some reason, I didn't feel comforted at all. Not that I was just angry at her, but the expression on her face when she leaned in close to me contorted in something complex. Something was different about her. I couldn't quite place my finger on it. Something about her had definitely changed.
Well, I'll be going for now. Track meet responsibilities and all of that stuff. See you later.
I knew she was buff. Track? Girl, track! I knew it. I called it. Something about Lisette made me feel uncomfortable. I wasn't just angry, but also uneasy. Ow, yawning really hurts. What was it? I had never seen her like that before. But I decided to pay no further attention to it. She continued running down the hall with her haggle of friends behind her. I refocused my attention to Mrs. Phillips, who was walking down the hall towards me.
Is everything all right, girls? Nothing we couldn't handle. Just a bunch of snobs. Suzu, hush! It was nothing, Mrs. Phillips.
I see. Well, Miss Anderson, please accept my condolences for your loss.
Thank you, Mrs. Phillips.
Your grandfather was a good man. He really upheld the philanthropy of his company's policies, and the money that went towards charity, too.
I know. He was amazing. I really looked up to him, and I want to be as good as he was.
Well, I know that you'll be as great as your grandfather. Hell yeah, she will. She'll be 10 times better than her grandfather.
Aw, thanks, guys. That means a lot to me. Would I really be better than my grandfather? Everyone seemed to have high expectations for me. I wanted to do my best and make my family proud. To be better than my grandfather? I wasn't sure about that. From outside the school window, I saw a familiar blue car pull up to the curb. Undoubtedly, it was my father in the driver's seat. Oh, my ride's here. Well, I guess I'll see you both tomorrow.
Want us to come with you?
Oh, no, it's okay. I'll be fine. See ya. Hey, Dad.
Hey.
Honey, my ass, you fucking slapped me last night, you fucking cunt. As I got into the car, I noticed my father looked troubled, clutching at his steering wheel and staring straight ahead, as if something was really bothering him.
About what happened yesterday. I'm sorry for yelling. Does your cheek still hurt?
Oh, no, it's nothing to worry about. You just bitch-slapped your daughter, but it's okay.
I mean it. I shouldn't have laid a finger on you. You know that you're my most precious daughter. You're all that I have.
Aw. About Mom? Yet I couldn't bring myself to say what he could never say to me. For such a long time, I always wanted to hear those words to affirm how he really felt, but I guess even now he couldn't say it to me. What, I love you? The L word? The disgusting L word? No, not lesbians, I mean love, goddammit. I turned my head away to look out the window. There was no point in waiting for something that was never going to come. Like that, he started to drive, and the conversation between us ended. Of course it did. I decided to focus my attention on the passing scenery. We were taking the usual route to my grandfather's house. It was located within the vicinity of the school district, but it was still pretty far from the school and from where our house was. We had always lived alone. He insisted on doing things by himself, even at his age, living in such a large house. I wondered, did he pass away with no one at his side as well? It sounded so lonely and sad. It was strange that he decided on living all alone in that large estate. If anything, he could have lived with us. Though he had my father, probably would have given each other the silent treatment the entire time. Maybe living alone was preferable to that. I actually had visited him for quite a while. Visits to his house were most frequent when I was a child. I'd grown up lost since then. Last time I visited, though, I thought he looked just as he usually was, happy and healthy. Things changed. In the back of my mind, I knew that he would have to leave one day. It wasn't like humans could live forever. So why did my heart still feel so heavy? The car ride was mostly spent in silence until he spoke up again.
How was school? Maintaining your grades, I hope.
Yeah, I've been trying my best so far.
Trying? That's not really doing the best you can, is it?
Trying is doing your best. Shh, fuck up. With my father, the only some words I say were filtered through his ears. It was difficult to keep up a conversation without eventually talking about academics or my future, even if it was something loosely based on it. He always found a way to integrate it whenever he talked.
Anyway, your belongings are in the trunk. There isn't a lot, so I'm sure you can manage bringing them inside the house. After all, you are on the road to being independent.
Yes, I can manage on my own. The usual silence resumed between us. I really wasn't sure what to say around him, especially when most of the time we didn't share the same opinions. One question did linger on my mind, though. If he was going to justify acting so nonchalant at my grandfather's funeral, I had the right to at least know why. Leave it alone or try again. I am going to... honestly, this man seems like there's no point to go through him, so why waste our time, right? There was no use talking to him about this. It would be like reopening a wound, or reapplying the bruise, yeah. I sighed. He gave me a side glance out of curiosity, but I didn't pursue it further. Typical. I leaned against the car door and stared out the window. I really couldn't think. What would this place be like? I had been to my grandfather's house before, but it was one thing visiting it, was another thing actually living there. How could I manage living on my own without any training to really care for a house? I knew that naturally the bills would be paid by my parents, who inherited the grandfather's stocks to the corporation. I had never really lived independently before. Thinking about it made me feel like some kind of bird being pushed out of the nest. Though I was technically an adult, I felt unprepared and a bit daunted at the prospect of actually moving into a new place. Most people my age would be ecstatic moving out. After all, it would symbolize some kind of change in their lives, like being on the road or of independence. I felt like it was nothing of the sort. I really hoped I wouldn't let my parents down. I wouldn't want to let my grandfather down. What would he be seeing right now? I gazed up at the passing clouds in the sky. If you're out there, grandfather, how would you be doing? Would there be anything you'd want to tell me at this moment? And of course, no answer. What was I doing? Searching for an answer in a heaven that would not exist? I ducked my head to stare at the blur of the trees and cars from the car window. My head was definitely going to the clouds there at the moment. Either way, I found myself being driven off by my new home. Car rolled to a stop and drifted out of my thoughts.
Here we are. Go on in.
Alright, tell Mom I love her.
All right.
And I love you too, Dad. It's not that hard, you fucking piece of shit. No, make sure you come by and visit us often. No, I'm going to miss you lots. Nothing other than a blank stare. I paused a bit before reaching to the car door handle, waiting for any form of goodbye, but he didn't speak again. What a dick. He signed and exited the car. Hearing my dad pop open the trunk, I saw the 2 large bags I packed last night that were large enough to carry only things I needed. I took them out, placed one bag on each shoulder, and closed the trunk. He then drove off, leaving me alone in front of the mansion. I watched the blue car fade into the distance of the road before turning to see my new home. There it is. It's huge. Grandfather gave me this? It's hard to believe. The house was framed by all set of tall gates, and I hesitantly pushed them aside to take in the entire estate. The house still looked like it was... Oh. The house still looked like it was when I last visited him. At a glance, it seemed kind of intimidating at its size, though if I came closer, it was clear there was more to it than that. The brick walls were framed by the shrubbery and lovely flowers, giving it a homely and welcoming look. In contrast, tall doors into the house gave me a feeling of grandeur. Who knew what was waiting for me? But I wouldn't back down at this moment. I took out my key to the front doors and unlocked them. Well, might as well make myself at home. I was staying here for quite a while anyways. That was when I saw them. Lying on the floor was a group of men. Oh, finally! The fucking romance part of this fucking story. About time, like last episode, like 0. Oh, God, stop yawning! My throat hurts, you bitch! Lining on the front was a group of, like last episode it was 0 men, and I'm like, geez, for how long, dude? Or when are we gonna meet the Fantastic Beast and where to find him, you know what I'm saying? Finally, about time. They all were unconscious. GG, man. Nice writing. Writing, get good. But there was no explanation as to why they were there in the first place. I dropped my bags as I let the door close on its own behind me. Huh? Who the heck are these guys? Why are they here? What's going on? Some of them had open wounds. The blood was staining the floor, and the scent was intermingling with the air. I couldn't help but feel bad for them instinctively, but nevertheless, I was shocked and a bit angry at the sudden intrusion. My mind suddenly went on from caring and concerned to confused and demanding answers. Who are you guys? No response. I'll call the police. Still nothing. None of them seemed to be awake to answer or respond to me. It seemed surreal to have random strangers in the house I just moved into. But I wanted answers. Quickly. That was until... Ugh! Get away from me!
Woman, you're going to let me kiss you.
What? Okay. Hold on. Excuse me? Excuse me? Boy, who you think you are? You see this lady? This little lady here? You think I'm the hoe? You think I'm just gonna kiss any boy I see just because in the first episode there was no dick? Fuck you. I couldn't believe it myself, but within a mere blink of an eye, one of the men went from lying on the floor to being right in front of my face. What was even more odd was the fact that I felt serene and calm about it. Oh, damn, he hot, boy. I want to make out with his face. I mean, hell no! Slowly, a desire burned from my chest, telling me to accept his kiss, even when my mind vehemently refused. Nani? Go ahead.
Good.
What? What's going on here? I don't approve of this! Oh, wow. Like, this game is not... This game does not waste any time, does it? It doesn't even let you see the girl's face and the boy making out. Yeah. Okay. Cool. As he kissed me, I could feel my body go weak. I didn't know why, but that kiss was draining me of my energy, and yet it was so good it made my heart sink. Oh, God. That was a strange and tingling feeling that danced over every nerve of my body. I could feel streams of intangible energy run up my body into my lips. It felt odd, but at the same time it felt amazing.
Sam, stop it.
The person kissing me, Sam was his name. I glanced behind.
I said stop. Now.
Fine.
Fine.
What the hell, man? Finally, he pulled back, and I was left standing there in a daze. Nani? I couldn't tell what was going on. My mind was completely enwrapped by the kiss, and my thoughts had melted into the depths of my forgotten memories.
Please forgive my brother. He's a bit reckless.
At least I feel a hell of a lot better than you right now.
Because you used your abilities on her.
Sam, you're such a reckless brute. Taking advantage of a beautiful young woman like her.
Shut that pretty boy mouth of yours before I rip it off your pretty boy face.
Sheesh, you guys. Can we not fight right now? Not all of us are in the best state.
Oh, hi, you Sai. Just kidding. Yeah, but I can totally tell which one is the Yusling of the group.
I guess you are right, Matthew.
Matthew, okay, good to meet you. My name's Adara. I'm sure you're gonna be my waifu. I can tell just by looking at you.
I agree.
However, as the man got up and started to chat freely, my thoughts began to reassemble, and I remembered my confusion and anger once again, only now it multiplied tenfold. What?
Huh? Did you say something beautiful?
Stop! This is corny! Why did I start playing this game again? This is corny. Stop! And I exploded in my privates, cause I got a fucking hurt. I got a fucking Niagara Falls down there. What is going on? Why the hell are you here in my house? Why are you all wounded? Why did you kiss me? Who are you guys? That's the best I can do right now with my throat, okay? Don't judge me. Oh no! Look at those faces. Look at those faces. They're just like, what? I love it. 10 out of 10. Best game. I couldn't help exploding, but after being taken advantage of and being left in a rushed state, my words escaped without filter. I definitely scared the men around me, even the man who kissed me. Wait a second. The guy who kissed me.
Ouch! What's your problem?
What's your problem? You can't just go around forcing people to kiss you like that. Are you some kind of pervert?
Pervert! It was only a kiss!
Still a pervert! It might mean nothing to you, but it means a lot to me.
What? Was it your first kiss? Ow! Hey! What was that for?
I know first kisses aren't exactly amazing and full of sparkles and something out of the fairy tale, but I had at least expected it to be more than just something forced.
So it was your first kiss. Stop making such a big deal out of it.
Are you asking to get punched again? 'Cause nigga, I'm gonna fucking beat the fucking shit out of you.
Well, what do you want me to do? It's not like I can somehow take it back.
That's true. God damn it. Ask for an apology. I kind of really want to hit him. Let's do the male abuse. I really want to hit him again. Can I, please, can I hit him again? Why am I asking for permission? I'm gonna hit him again because it's fun.
No! You're just being violent now!
Yeah, because I'm tsundere. I don't know if that's how much that's true, but I'm deciding that now. I'm tsundere as fuck. You deserved it. Anyway, if you try to pull any funny business in the future, just a fair warning. I know Taekwondo. Hey! I think I've bickered enough. Time to get back to the main issue. So, what exactly are all of you doing in my house?
Miss, please forgive us for our intrusion. We didn't know this abode belonged to anyone, nor did we have the time to take that into consideration.
Oh, what happened there? What? What do you mean? You don't just barge into someone's home.
We wouldn't have had to if we weren't as wounded as we are currently. We just escaped from a deadly fight that could have ended our lives. Luckily for us, your home was near and the windows were unlocked, so we quickly came inside.
Last time I remember, there were laws preventing strangers from stepping into private property, although considering the severity of their wounds, it had to be serious. I guess that explains the wounds, but not why he kissed me. He had absolutely no right doing that.
Well, lovely flustered lady, it's hard to explain, truly. We're not exactly normal.
This is the zen of the group, I can already tell. Like, don't blame me, I'm just gonna like, every visual novel that I'm gonna do, like, every ultimate that I ever do from now on in my life, I'm just gonna convert to Mystic Messenger, because we all know Mystic Messenger is the holy Jesus of ultimate games, okay? Don't judge. Not normal. You guys, demons or something? I asked almost jokingly, but the boys seemed to take my question differently.
Well, yeah, actually, something like that.
Wait, Nani? Ah!
We're incubi, miss. Demons who consume and use sexual energy of humans to survive.
If I haven't said this before, this game is not suited for children. I repeat, this game is not suited for children, but I will censor all the no biddies. Just want to make that clear, because if YouTube finds out about this, they're gonna unmonetize my ass from here to the moon. So, thank you for your patience, Mina-san. And with that said, what? Incubi? The fabled demons that existed to haunt humans to make them sex-crazed monsters? The mythical beings that could look like anyone just to get into your pants? The imaginary monsters you only saw in movies or TV?
Hello? Did you hear him?
We're telling the truth.
Do you think she's still processing it?
Yes, and she'll understand right about...
Right, it was a funny while it lasted, but it's time to cut the joke short. Incubuses don't exist. There was no way they existed. That would be practically impossible.
Incubi is the correct plural form. And yes, we do exist.
Prove it. As soon as the words left my mouth, I instantly regretted
Very
them.
well. Eric, go ahead.
Very well.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, I am not okay with this.
My sweet, you're so tempting with such non-beauty. Let me ease your mind with a tender kiss. I promise you'll enjoy every minute of it, and maybe you'll even want more.
What? Once again, I was lost in a pool of calm and serenity. Staring into Eric's eyes, I felt waves of heat course through my chest and onto my face, painting my cheeks red in their wake. I couldn't help but nod and agree to his offer. Yeah, okay. Why do you have to fucking... Well, yeah, I did censor it, didn't I? But... Yeah, I did censor the game when I started it, but it's just kissing. Like, it's just kissing. Like, how bad can it get, right? I'm gonna regret those words later on. With another kiss, my heart began to flutter once again. Into my chest, and my mind was spinning in heated, passion-filled pleasure. Yet, I could feel my body drain of energy as he kissed me.
All right, that's enough.
Aw, very well. I feel so much better.
As he pulled away, I was slapped in a mental mush pool. I felt weak to my knees, despite my will demanding me to stand straight in front of the boys before me. The world around me began to spin as I tried to speak. I think I'm going to... I'm getting rid of my panties. What?
Where are our manners? I'm James, and these are my brothers. Sam, Eric, Matthew, and Dink.
Miss, are you okay?
Shit. She fainted.
I couldn't believe it. Incubi. Real. It all spun around in my head until I saw only black. Floating in the darkness, my mind kept replaying the scene over and over again, reminding my body of the touch of the incubi's lips against mine. However, I began to feel the smooth silk around me. My eyelids unwillingly opened. There. I awoke to find myself in an unfamiliar place. Where was Mom? Dad? I was pretty sure this wasn't my room. Well, I'm gonna leave that episode there, cause it's, it's been a good ride, and good times, and all that shit. But, yeah. I'm gonna leave that there then. It's a good episode to leave it on. So yeah, I'll definitely continue this series. It's just I really do apologize for my bad habits of starting games and not finishing them. Like I said before, there's a lot of personal stuff that goes around certain times that I play things, my computer breaks and other personal stuff that happens that really affects it. But I promise I will finish this game. I will finish Doki Doki. I will finish Nikojishi. Unfortunately, I was going to play Edith Finch what remains of Edith Finch in my channel, but I was very, very depressingly sad to discover today that I can't because my computer is not good enough or something. It needs something called Ansem 5. The hardware needs to be updated, and I'm like, I don't know any of this stuff. So yeah, I really apologize for that. Really, really wanted to play that game. I'm very upset about it. But well, yeah, that's okay. You just play this, and there's still a lot of games to play. It's 2018, so we never know what this year's gonna bring. We're gonna have a lot more new games. And we're gonna have I have a lot more creative projects that I have planned for you guys. I have many scripts of things that I have to write, make videos out of, many projects to come. So thank you once again. This video is on January 1st, so obviously I'm making this after the New Year's, but I just want to say Happy New Year to everyone. I don't know when this will be up, but the feelings is what counts. And I really hope that everybody is going to join me on 2018 for a better channel. As always, like, comment, subscribe to show support. You can follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description. If you have any feedback for me, any requests, anything at all, just don't be afraid to ask. I'm very happy to take requests. I'm going to, that's all I want to say. So, I hope you all have a wonderful day, guys, and remember, stay tuned. Yeah, guys.